ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तावत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तगुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शन प्राप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते समस्त साधक भक्तानां क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यवज अभयायुरारोग्य प्राप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातन धर्म स्थापकानां शक्ति साधना संपदा अवाप्ति द्वारा सानुकूल्यता अवाप्ति द्वारा समस्त शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. Friends, saluting the Lord, the Guru Tattva, Parabrahma, Shruti Mata, all the Acharyas, Bhaktas, Gurus, Avataras of Bhagavata Mahapuranam. We are every day assembling to awaken our sleeping intellect and fill into it the wisdom and knowledge as to why this entire human life given to us, what is the purpose and how to reach to that purpose. To know these things, we are every day assembling here. So here the goal is Paramatma indicated. Sadhana is the internal and external. In the external, sadhana is of our living the life with duty orientation, yajna bhavana. In the internal life of purifying our mana ityadi through bhakti sadhana, removing all the impurities and bringing chitta to absolute control through the yoga sadhana, then using the buddhi with vicharana to come into the perfect conviction about the truth reality, then through the dhyanam discovering it. All these knowledges appear to have been received by us, but the mind deceives us by again making us forget all this. Not only we have to listen and understand, we should also not forget. Not only we remember, but all the time remember. Not only all the time remember, but all the time we must be in the mood of Paramatma only. To come to that level, Nirantara, either Shravana we have to do, or Swadhyaya we have to do, or Upravachana we have to do. Depending on where we are placed, what Lord given us the opportunity, in either of these three, or at least two, Shravana and Swadhyaya. Shravana and Swadhyaya, or Shravana Swadhyaya Pravachana, or Swadhyaya Pravachana. Through that, we have to be always in touch with Paramatma, else our mind makes us forget this one. Again, looking at the world around, we just get lost into the world in moments of time. That is why Nitya Nirantarata of the Shastra Shravanam Adhyanam, through that Smaranam of Paramatma as the goal as well as the means, is essential for you and I, everyone. In being in touch with Paramatma this way alone, time mind are rightly utilized and we don't give our chance for further falling down. This is what is ordered to us, given to us, advised and suggested to us, we have to understand it and be always in that mode. And while being in that only, because our tadatmya with the upadhis gets loosened, and then whatever happens to the upadhis, which is inevitable or natural, it won't trouble us, especially deha. Whatever happens to the deha, we will know that is a prarabdha, inevitable. We accept it, then that much pain, dukkha will not be there. What to say furthermore, if we discover as Jiva ourselves traveling from one deha to the other, like this deha, thousands I got, many thousands I am going to get. Among them is this is one. If this deep wisdom comes to us, to a great extent, they have tadatmya, then the attractions born out of it and the problems coming to it and through it to us, these all can be transcended. Now, each of these things, every one of us have to get convinced in the solitude, quiet minds of contemplation. Then, becoming aware of this knowledge, we have to keep on spending time while pursuing the truth as our self or experience. So, to become clear about all this only, we are every day spending our hours together for study. And anyone who will have to evolve in sadhana, he'll have to be like that only. In Kaliyuga, it is more difficult. But we are getting this opportunity and using it means our prayers are answered. We have prayed in such a way that they are answered, along with Krupa of Bhagavan. Having said so, in our three classes, now first one, the Bhagavata Puranam, Dashama Skandham, 42nd chapter, last portion, and the 43rd chapter, the beginning portion. Almost we will see Lord Krishna in that Yuddha or in that, Mallaranga Pravesha, finishing that Kuvalaya-Peeda elephant that we can see, I think. Then in the 12th Skandha, 2-3 more shlokas we study regarding what we have to understandingly do to get rid of the Prabhava of the Kali inside as well as outside. In the Ramayana Gadha, we will see Maricha, Ravana coming to the Panchavati, and as planned, Maricha doing acting like a deer and all. So, toward the end, Lalita Sahasranama, some 20 slokas, Parayana we do. So, these 1.5 2 hours of ours be fully engaged consciously in the remembrance of the Lord through all these classes, so that we get a habit of always in that mood of contemplation. Thank you. Let us start with our chanting of 42nd chapter. We'll chat from the portion of Anyani Chetham Bhutani from 31 onwards up to up to up to 16 shlokas of 43 also. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Dashamaskandha Purvardha Atha Dvi Chatvarimshodhyayah. Shri Shuka Uvacha Anyani Chetham Bhutani Swapna Jagaritani Cha Pasyan Marana Santrastaha Nidram Lebhena Chintaya Yushtayaam Nishikauravya Surye Chadvyah Samuthite Karayamasa Vaikam Saha Malla Krida Mahotsavam Anarchuh Purushaharangam Dhurya Bheryascha Jagnire Panchashtalankrutaha Sragvihi Patakaha Chailatoranaihi Teshu Paurajanavadaha Brahmakshatra Purogamaha यथोपजोषं विविशुः राजानश्चकृतासनाः कंसः परिवृतो मात्यैः राजमञ्च उपाविशतु मण्डलेश्वरमध्यस्थः हृदयेन विदूयता वाद्यमानेषु तूर्येषु मल्लतालोत्तरेषु च मल्लाः स्वलङ्कृता दृप्ताः सोपाध्यायाः समाविशन् चाणूरो मुष्टिकः कूटः शलस्थो शल एव च त आसेदुरुपस्थानं फल्गुवाद्यप्रहर्षिताः नन्दगोपादयो गोपाः भोजराजसमाहुताः निवेदितोपायनास्ते एकस्मिन् मञ्च आविशन् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे पूर्वार्धे मल्लरङ्गोपवर्णनं नाम द्विचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः पूर्वार्धः अथ त्रिचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच अथ कृष्णश्च रामश्च कृतशौचौ परन्तप मल्लदुन्दुभिर्निर्घोषं श्रुत्वा द्रष्टुमुपेयतुः रङ्गद्वारं समासाद्य तस्मिन्नागमवस्थितम् अवश्यत् कुवलयापीडं कृष्णोऽम्बष्ठप्रचोदितं बद्ध्वा परिकरं शौरिः समूह्य कुटिलालकान् उवाच हस्तिवं वाचा मेघनादगभीरया अम्बष्ठाम्बष्ठमार्गं नौ देह्यवक्रममाचिरं नो चेत् सकुञ्जरं त्वाद्य नयामि यमसादनम् एवं निर्भर्सितोऽम्बष्ठः कुपितः कोपितं गजं चोदयामास कृष्णाय कालान्तकयमोपमं करीन्द्रस्तम् अभिद्रुत्य करेण तरसा ग्रहीत करात् विगलितः सोमं निहत्याङ्घ्रिष्वलीयत संक्रुद्धस्तम् अचक्षाणः घ्राणदृष्टिः स केशवं परामृशत्पुष्करेण सप्रसह्य विनिर्गतः उच्छे प्रगृह्याति बलं धनुषः पञ्चविंशतिं विचकर्ष यथा नागं सुवर्ण इव लीलया सपर्यावर्तमानेन सव्यदक्षिणतोच्युतः बभ्राम भ्राम्यमाणेन गोवत्सेनेव बालकः ततोऽभिमुख्यमभ्येत्य पाणिना हत्य वारणं प्राद्रवन् पातयामास स्पृश्यमानः पदे पदे स धावन् क्रीडया भूमौ पतित्वा सहसोत्थितः तं मत्वा पतितं क्रुद्धः दन्ताभ्यां सोहनत् क्षितिं स्वविक्रमे प्रतिहते कुञ्जरेन्द्रोत्यमर्षितः चोद्यमानो महामात्रैः कृष्णमभ्यद्रवदृशा तमावदन्तमासाद्य भगवान् मधुसूदनः निगृह्य पाणिना हस्तं पातयामास भूतले पतितस्य पदाक्रम्य मृगेन्द्र इव लीलया दन्तमुत्पाट्य तेनेभं हस्तिपांश्चाहनद्धरिः मृतकं द्विपमुत्सृज्य दन्तपाणिः समाविशत हंसन्यस्तविषाणोऽसृक् मदबिन्दुभिरङ्कितः विरूढस्वेदकणिका वदनाम्बुरुहो बभौ वृतौ गोपैः कतिपयैः बलदेवजनार्दनौ रङ्गं विविशतो राजन् गजनन्दपरायुधौ मल्लानामशरीनृणां नरवरः स्त्रीणां स्मरो मूर्तिमान् गोपानां स्वजनो सतां क्षितिभुजां शास्ता स्वपित्रोः शिशुः मृत्युर्भोजपतेर्विराडविदुषां तत्त्वं परं योगिनां वृष्णीनां परदेवतेति विदितो रङ्गं गतः साग्रजः रङ्गं गतः साग्रजः. What a beautiful Bhagavata Purana that we born in Kaliyuga with all our non-positivities, are unfortunate, not fully qualified to thoroughly enjoy. But then, knowing this, when we make ourselves more and more Shuddha Sattva-guni by all practices, with that Sattva-gunata, Ekagrata, Prema Bhakti, when we study these portions and remember those Leelas of Bhagavan, both Bhagavan's Shaurya, Virya, Shakti, Parakrama, as well as his Daya, Karuna, all of them we understand. Because of understanding his Shaurya, Virya, Parakrama, Adi, We will not do the papa out of bhaya for the God, which is for us only very good. And knowing His daya, karuna and all, we develop our parama bhakti towards Him, with which when we surrender to Him, He gives us everything including Himself. What a beautiful these things are. In this way only, our mind intellects have to be used to think, contemplate. Any other thinking in which Bhagavan is not the theme, ego is the dominant factor, Indra Vishayas and all of them are the goal to be achieved, variety of karmas are the means, we are deluding ourselves. As early as possible, if this thing we come to know, we are really fortunate. And rooted in this knowledge, living according to this knowledge, ensuring our own evolution, we have to spend our every moment of our life. So what happened yesterday? Bhagavan Krishna went to the Dhanuhu Yajna place. He has lifted and broke it. All the Sainya and protectors of Dhanu attacked him. He finished all of them and then came out, enjoying to see the Mathura Nagari. Went back to his place, had food, took rest. In the meantime, all this news reached Kamsa. Then he had such a fear of death. Obviously, Krishna is so for him. Then whole night he was seeing only the bad omens. He could not sleep at all. All those dushyakunas were explained yesterday we saw. Then continuation of that we see from verse number 31. Anyani cha, many other itham bhutani, this type of swapna jagritani, both in dream and waking, pashyan, seeing the moments, or the shakuna, marana santrastaha. He was trasa yukta, frightened, threatened by that own marana bhiti, nidram lebena. Chintaya, out of that chinta, tension and all, he has never got the nidra at night. So, that shows us how much this dehadi tadatmya becomes as God. Because marana is only to the deha, not to the jiva. And it's such a crystal clear indication of deha tadatmya if we are afraid of marana. If we are not afraid, that should be because we accepted ourselves as the jiva who changes from one deha to the other. So anyway, so he was afraid, frightened. And finally ना सबको अपने प्राण प्रिय होते हैं, तो एक शरीर में आदत होने के कारण उसमें रहने को मन इच्छा होता है. These are all the outcome of delusions to every non-spiritual human being. Now, Kamsa's things, so many can be discussed, but all is waste of time. Only one is what? He is afraid of his own death. On that he was overpowered in his mind, forgetting that who is killing is his own Bhanja and is none other than Sakshat Narayan. नारायण के हाथ में मरे तो सारा मुक्ति हो जाएगा, ऐसा भाव के बजाय वो डर ही रहे थे. Even Ravana's story also we'll see today when Maricha tells about Rama and all. Ravana is better than Kamsa according to Adhyatma Ramayana. Ravana says it's good, better let me be killed in the hands of Rama. After your story heard, I am now more convinced to abduct Sita ji. Like that he talks. This story is not this way in Valmiki Ramayana. It is only found in Adhyatma. Maybe in one of the Yuga it might have happened like that. So in this way, with lot of those dushakuna, he could not sleep at night at all. Comes out of fear to death. Then next one, Vyushtyayam Nishi. When the night is spent, Ek Kauravya, Urvamsha Shrestha, O Parikshit, Surya cha Adhya Samuthite. Lord Sun, when he has risen from the oceans, then Karyama Savai Kamsaha. Mallakrida Mahotsavam. As planned, Kamsa gave the orders, permissions. Then the Mallakrida Maha Utsava arrangements were made fully. So the two important or three important things were one Dhanuryagam, second is Mallakrida, third one is Puradarshanam. Generally, these are the things, everything year he may be doing. This year, especially, to invite Balrama, Krishna and finish them. So एक तो उन्होंने ही कर दिया कि धनुर्भंग, पूरा दर्शनम ही वॉज एंजॉइंग, ये सीन इन वन डे इनफ. अब वही रहने वाले हैं, बाद में देखेंगे. पहले तो द इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क ऑफ फिनिशिंग ऑल दिस दुष्ट राक्षसा जो बाकी बचे हैं, along with them comes. So the Malla Krida Mahotsava was organized by the Kamsa. What happened in that? Anarchu Purushaha Rangam. So the Rangasthala, the field of that Malla Kshetra, in that cut, kya bolte hain, the around inside the barricades, whatever the sands vagara, they put it so that if it's a hard surface, they get hurt. In the ancient old timings, in that sand, in that mitti, soft mitti, they used to have the yuddha. Nowadays, they make such a soft to all those platforms in all the high level of international wrestling competitions. Malla Yuddha is a wrestling competition. Then on Archu Rangam, very beautiful it was decorated. Then Turya Bhairiyascha Jagnire. Then all the Turya and Bhairi. Bhairi is as a dum dum marne. Turya means with the mouth which are blown and all those sounds. Nowadays, all of them, instead of human beings beating them, all the electronic things have come. Any sound you can produce out of them, and it is so big sound. So they were being played because sound is the one which instigates that inspiration to take challenges, especially when it are yuddha or the sports, etc. It is no new at all. Ancient only, from the time immemorial, it is there. At the time of the yuddha, all that Bheri, Turya, Ninada always is played to inspire the participants. Not new now, which we see in today's sports world. Like in today's sports world, that huge sounds at the international platform are made. Any sport when it happens, the craze of tennis, when those two, number one, number two, clash for the WTA titles, most crazy, heartbreaking sounds made by the supporters of those teams, whether it is rugby, whether it is NBA, whether it is the most famous sport of football. Don't you see that? And the highest dance is done when these two cruel games are played. The cruel most game in the entire life world is the boxing. आजकल थोड़ा कम होता है. Then come the wrestling. And in that wrestling, pseudo wrestlings, which the children are very fond of, those WWFs and WWEs, the Undertaker, the Overtaker, बच्चे लोग बोलते हैं, that's why how much sound is made from supporters and बाप रे बाप, दिल तो हार्ट टूट ही जाता है. So to the cricket when India Pakistan plays, arch rivals जो कहते हैं. So it's also in the same way the political rallies you can see, even in the movies. आजकल तो लोगों को चिल्लाने का एनर्जिया नहीं है, एक थर्ड रेट फूड दे ईट. But in those 50-60 years back, when the first day, first show of their favorite hero is displayed in the theater, what a hangama outside for the tickets in the line. We all have gone through that. कितने बार बिना टिकट पाए पहले दिन पहले शो के लिए घर आ गए, कितने बार ब्लॉक में टिकट खरीदा. And inside, when the director also so intelligent that the entry of the hero they make it even those days. पहले उसके चरण दिखाते हैं, नमस्कार, है ना. Then the whole face is shown, and that time he's looking that side. Camera is shifted, then the hat is in front. Hat is removed, he's in a mask. The mask is not shown. From the corner it is shown. By that time, all the children whistles मारते हुए सारे कागज के टुकड़े फाड़कर फेंकना. For first 10 days of the cinema, all shows, बेचारे theater वाले, extra worker they have to employ to clean all the things. These are all exciting things. जब जीना है बाहर ना, तब भी जमकर जीना चाहिए. फिर एवरीथिंग वी हैव टू लीव एंड उतने ही जमकर अंदर वाला आध्यात्मिक साधना भी करना हमको आना चाहिए. So all that picture is brought here. Thank God I remembered all that I shared with you. Then I need not say anything about it. Election rallies and all, even when there are festivals and all. You know, भगवान कृष्ण का मटका फोड़ हो या गणपति भगवान का हो विसर्जन और 9 दिन का हो, माता रानी का जगराताएं हो, भगवान शिव जी के जागरण हो, एवरीथिंग इज साउंड एंड जॉय, ब्यूटीफुल. दिवाली का तो क्या कहे अब. इन दिस वे तूर्यभैर्यश्च जग्निरे. Then manchaha cha alankritaha. Manchaha means all these viewers galleries. They were also wonderfully alankritaha. Sragbihi pataka chaila tornaihi. With all the garlands, with all the pataka, the jhanda vagara, chaila, variety of the colored clothes, torana, all these mango leaves, etc. Exactly now also they do. But more than the natural ones, nowadays, everything is artificial. Few of the things. तो श्रग भी तो होते हैं garlands plastic made. That Sragvi of those times is the series bulbs of nowadays. Then Pataka, the Jhande of each of the country, the flags or the teams, is very essential. When the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, or any of the group, हमें सारे उन देशों के झंडे पताका. They are in the gallery also. They are in the sold so much in the outside before entering into that. So and then officially also they are made to stand. Patakaha. Okay. Then Chaila, variety of colored clothes for attraction, etc. Torana is the mango leaves, etc. tied. In that way, the manchaha alankritaha, the places where people are supposed to sit and see the whole show, they were also. So Rangamancha decorated, Manchaha they also decorated. Then Teshu in those places, galleries, Pauraha, the people from the towns and cities. So VIPs, like that in every of the cricket match also, 1/4 of the tickets are reserved for VIPs. 3/4 are sold out. It is a rule because the localites are there, VIPs are there, cricket players, their family members, ये सब होते हैं. अब so the Pauraha is a Purajana. You don't take them as VIP. Like even in Republic Day parade, even to the parade also, from all the states, from the NCC cadets, the main ones are selected, and the battalion or maybe the main ones are selected for those particular march. Then throughout those show of 4-5 hours, those who get tickets to see, not everybody allowed, the passes are required. The international invitees are there, the NRI invitees are there, then the national, all VVIPs, every field, sports persons, industrialists, politicians, are बुलाकर. You can see all that. Why not? So in this way, Pauraha means these are the. Janapada means those who are in the Janapado में रहने वाले. Little the rural area or those people, all of them. Janapadaha. Then all of them came. And Brahma Kshatra Purogamaha. And always there was differentiation of seating arrangement for the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, and the other people. That is how it was. It was required not to insult anyone unduly, and not to respect unduly someone. It was not out of the reservation categories which is done nowadays for the political gains. Luckily, it is reducing. Thank God. It was required like that. अब अच्छे बंदे को श्रेष्ठों को आप उनको क्या कहते हैं सम्मान नहीं करें, then they won't do what they can do. They all become NRI. They leave India and go to all countries. They develop those nations. So in that way, this topic every time comes, one or two thoughts only we share. Remaining you have to understand that this Varna Vyavastha is inevitable in every nation or organization, whether they call it by these names or not. These names are not. होता ही है. Then all of them yathopajosham vivishuhu. So they were given their specific seating. They sit there. Then Rajanahacha. Many kings were also invited. Various kingdoms. They were also made to sit. Kruta asanaha. They have all sat down. Then Kamsaha parivrutaha amatyahi. Kamsa was also there. Rajamancha upavishad. He sat on that royal seat or throne. Along with him, around him are all the ministers. Like in any great program, Prime Minister will be there. Yesterday we saw that aero show in Bangalore of helicopters and all. How wonderful it was. So both the sides you can see the ministers seated. Then Mandaleshwara Madhyastaha. Then all other Mandaleshwaras also are there around. The Mandaleshwaras in today's thing, the ministers, then other non-portfolied MPs representing constituencies, even other lieutenant governors or the governors or whoever are the leading people, maybe state cabinet ministers if they are invited, all other Mandaleshwara include, as we said now, the heads of various organizations, departments. Hundreds and thousands of things required for a society or nation's sustenance development. Each of them will have their ministers and other VIPs conducting the things. Like the finance minister will be there, minister, and then finance का एक डिपार्टमेंट होता है, उसका हेड्स होते हैं. आर्थिक मंत्री, आर्थिक शाखा, in that. So to Rakshana Mantri, Rakshana Shaka, and in the Defense Ministry, all that heads of the departments are there. Reserve banks, governors, अब क्या आपको उद्योग भवन, आरोग्य भवन, सब रेल मंत्री, then rail department, they are called Mandala Adhishwara. So all Kamsa seated, mantris, and around the Mandala Adhishwara there. Then how was his face? Then Raja Anashta, then Hrudayena Viduyata. He was always in the tension, worry inside. Outside he is responding to the greetings of others because he is Raja. But अंदर तो उनको वो दुख है ही, डर है ही. You can see many a times. Whenever is Pakistan is in the international meetings, पहले का हुआ अब चला गया. पिछले 10-12 साल से, mainly 8-9 साल से, when with all the proofs in the international community, India is proving how useless those fellows are. अब उनको सर उठाने को नहीं होता. India commands now IMF whether to give the loan to Pakistan or not, even the US etc. to help Pakistan or not. Slowly even China will come under our kabja. Our international policies are greater than greatest than any of the past period. Great. And then Sar Jhuka Kar wo log. Same way he was in that mood of Hrudayena Viduyata. Hriday mein चिंता ग्रस्त होकर. Two things. Certainty is going to be killed. Uncertainty, how he doesn't know. Then Vadyamaneshu Turyeshu. Then the Turya or Bhairyaha, when they were played, as I told you, the arrival of the players is one sound. The toss is the second sound. Then actually they come into that Rangamancha, that field of that wrestling. That time the sound is inexplicable. Is it not? So Vadyamaneshu Turyeshu, you can take your mind to that huge sounds that happen. And the best thing what I have seen in these sounds, I have seen, usse better kuch hota hai ki nahi, I don't know, that the beating retreat happens between India and Pakistan every day in Wagah border. At least 25-30 times I must have seen it. 20 times to dekha hoga. That Wagah border, India, Pakistan in Amritsar mein, the way we always Indians are 30-40,000, वो लोग 8-10 हज़ार होते हैं, but उनका भी आवाज कम नहीं, इधर से भी आवाज. And they are well planned and all that. It should not be any war and all. So they're all internal understanding there. There is a bada khel hai anyway. Everything is a khel. The IPL auctions are खेल, ये सबको पता है ही कौन किधर क्या करते हैं. But the thing is, that sound, the shouting, the Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Hindustan Zindabad. Then suddenly, with huge sound, मेरे देश की धरती सोना उगले, सुनकर all the youngsters पूरे रोंगटे खड़े होकर चिल्लाना. Those 2 hours or 1.5 hours, 5:32 झंडा नीचे उतारने तक जो करते हैं, it is so powerful. I always enjoy while coming back. The same great patriotic people who see that retreat come back और रास्ते में बेचारे इतने भूख लगता है ना, इतनी गर्मियाँ वहाँ, जो भी मिला खरीद कर खाते हुए, they continue their देशभक्ति. Very good. That's it, by the way. So, what is it? Vadyamaneshu turyeshu. And then the thing, Malla Tala Uttareshu cha. The sound of these Turiya and Bheri was always overpowered by the Malla Tala Uttara. Malla, the wrestlers. Tala means thali bajate हुए. Uttara means the shoulders को या ये जो ऐसे जो ना challenge करते हैं कि नहीं, जंगा पे मार कर. Those sounds are more. अपने पार्टी के तरफ मतलब अपने supporters also do the sound, and the main wrestlers also when they come. See, it is in the general exhibition sports, it is all artificial. Many sports are exhibition type to earn money and all that. Like everything, like cinema, भी वो सब कुछ है. Finally, a human being needs entertainment. For a spiritual seeker, Atmarati, Atmakridaha, only Atmaniyava Santushtaha. But other than that, devotee or spiritual person or social service, everybody needs some entertainment. So they are there. But in the real wars, only through these zones, they enter into that mode of that particular sport or war. Same you can see in every of the animals also when they have to fight. The grinkara sound of the elephants, the roaring of the lions and tigers. Every of them make such a sound. Even dogs also bark, shout. Cats make their sound. युद्ध के समय, because शब्द शक्ति है अचिंत्यत्वात्. Shabda has got achintya shakti. Powerful power. From the Shabda Spotanam only, entire Brahmandas are made and they go back into the collisions, divisions, unisions, etc. in the universe. Whatever. So the Shabda is at the 4 levels and all, that is Vedanta. So Vadyamaneshu Tureshu Mallatala Uttareshu Cha. Then Mallaha Swalankruta with fully different alankar ke saath, jo bhi wahan shuru mein aate alankar ke saath, then when they enter into the field, then all that remove whatever minimum required they were. Swalankruta and Druptaha with so much of dharpa in their eyes, in their entire face, in their hands, in the body, in their gait, in their walk. The dharpa you can see. Depending on that sport. Is it not? Everybody doesn't have. The dharpa of the gymnastics is different. In the gymnastics also, each sport's dharpa is different. And those long jump walon ka alag, high jump walon ka, their dharpa is in as much concentration as they do. The divers, the swimmers, the fencing, every of the sport has its different dharpa there. The archery walon ka dharpa alag hi hota. They forget the whole world. They only see the target, the arrow, and this much. Bow and arrow target. दर्प. एंड मेनली ये तो रेजलर्स हैं, वो तो बाप रे, वो आधा अपना एनर्जी को इन्वोक करना, दूसरा का एनर्जी को कम करना, वो अपने दर्प के साथ ही करते हैं. रिक्वायर्ड इट इज द दर्प. The other day, after a long time, I have seen the darpa of our Prime Minister in the Parliament, day before yesterday. That how strongly he is telling about it. मैं एक बंदे को देखकर कितने लोग देखो डर रहे हैं. When he was showing that darpa, I felt that you need that also to teach to the opponents. And he was narrating all the things that are being done and all. It was humorous, come valorous, come generous, and navarous. All of them are there. And everyone's, the traveler's poetry, the other person's talks, then the Kharge's humor. It was very interesting. Oh, very good. But that darpa, Onache, we lose that. Unfortunately, Hindus. Darpa, not the arrogant darpa of wanting to defeat others, but self-respect, self-pride वाला दर्प. The army वालों का अपना दर्प. Just to show we are ready to defend our frontiers, etc. तो यार दर्प क्या है? You are not here just to get defeated by you. You are here to just put you down to the earth. With that idea, the dharma, all of these Malla Yuddhas. Mallaha means the wrestlers. Malla Krida. Beautiful. Wrestling, boxing, thoda improve हो रहा है India. All other sports, especially athletics also, we will develop in next 6 years to compete with all the Eastern countries to get medals in all Olympics, etc. Yesterday, our Prime Minister was telling all the sports delegates who met him, every one of them, their comments of 1 minute, 2 minutes, telling about how great is our Prime Minister, his inspiration and insight about every aspect of every aspect. whether फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का हो whether स्पोर्ट्स का हो, हर एक चीज के बारीक की बारीक का डिटेल भी उनको पता है. And how to develop it. Wow. It is, you underestimate. That's the unfortunate thing of us as is what we are not recognizing the great people in whose time we are living. Whether they are spiritual giants or political giants or the army giants or business industrialists, businessmen or industrialists, the country our especially is filled with hundreds of such great giants who in coordination running the show of managing 140 crores of human beings of India and the whole world. Beautiful it is. ऐसा हमको magnanimous vision है ना, we can really enjoy. We are proud of our nation because of such great people. When you look into the spiritual field, hundreds of Mahatmas, Jnanis, Yogis, Siddha Purushas, Bhaktas, how wonderfully they are guiding towards spirituality. You see the duty performance, how many great diligent patriots by practicing and guiding others, making the duties performed for the integration development of the nation. Other side, if you see, the Rakshana Dala, Trivida Dala, unko to namaskar hi. And look into the medical front of hundreds and lakhs of doctors, the lawyers have hundreds and thousands, even lakhs and crores of the farmers, the businessmen. क्या डायनामिक है पूरी दुनिया अपना भारत माता. So beautiful it is if you can see it from that way. Everybody is dynamically contributing. Even a person selling the items on the radio or small that kirana dukan, grocery shop, up to the 20-storied big malls with hundreds of stores there. अरे वाह, दुनिया क्या है? Excellent, no? When you visualize like that, all our laziness, lethargy goes away along with the ego also. That what are we contributing for that? मैं तो दोस्तों यार, आई एम नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग इन एनी वे टू माई भारत माता, at least in one way. So what is that? Doing some study of the Shastra, trying to talk on that. He said, हम क्या कर सकते? But this is also not less because it's a mukti giving jnanam, Bhagavad Smarana jnanam. Like morning we were saying in the Gita, which are the text of Mundaka Upanishad. Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. Brahma Vidya is Pratishtha of Sarva Vidya. Therefore, we are also not doing a smaller work. It's a big. Its effect may be small that we can't handle it. Ishvara Ichha. But good. We are also a part of the chosen people of the Lord to serve his feet. Okay. Now, Mallaha, Su Alankrutaha, Druptaha, then Su Upadhyayaha. Along with this, their own Upadhyaya, the coaches. One of the main sport only we have not spoken. The Indian indigenous sport of Kabaddi. and also our national sport of hockey. You know, आजकल जो होता है ना pro kabaddi and all, every year, that time with the coaches they come, and how wonderful. Is it not? ये क्रिकेट में इसमें कबड्डी में चाइना क्यों नहीं आया, मेरे को हमेशा डाउट होता है. ये these fellows come, all the cups will be there only. खैर, so those coaches also, the gurus, upadhyaya कहते, the coaching staff and all, they come. It's all such a vigorous thing goes behind the scenes. Every sports person, he'll have a dietitian, health expert, then the psychology treating, counseling person, and the main coach. In that also so many, इतने लोग मिलकर एक एक बंदे को बनाते. Today I was watching our WPL auction today. The small girls, 18, 19 years, करोड़ों रुपए उनको दे रहे. I was so feeling, कितने जनों के क्या योग या महालक्ष्मी की पूजा किए हैं ये लोग किया. That is whole country adoring them in that sport. Very interesting to see. योगी लोग ही होंगे महापुण्यात्मा. Interesting. Sopadhyayaha, along with their own respective training, coaching staff. You know, everyone, when you go even to the singing competitions, the dance competitions, the drama competitions, which are hundreds of them in TV shows, you see them. Thank God, मेरे कितने साल हो गए, I don't remember. I have not seen any one of them. But idea तो है ही. That all variety of the shows when they are shown, the coaches. And they go, see, just because we are spiritual, we should not deny the importance and contribution of other things. Just like that. We have to respect, revere all. Like some of the dances, those masters, choreographers, the way they work day in and day out, teach those children and they also learn. They perfectly practice it. इट इज तो पूरा पसीना आ जाता है. मतलब वो जो हॉरिपुलेशन होते हैं बॉडी में देख कर, 3 साल के बच्चे से लेकर 30 साल के तक ट्रेनिंग करके, व्हाट मेहनत दे आर डूइंग जस्ट टू गिव देम अ डायरेक्शन ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी और patriotism. They will become such a great contributors to the nation and culture. Otherwise, other than that, they are fully fit. An ordinary fellow who is a glutton to eat and sleep like buffalo, they cannot reach to that great stages. That's why whenever I see all these film actors or cricket, I to really respect them. Not an ordinary tapasya it is. Even politicians going into constituencies, making people believe them and get the votes, stand on, shout in the parliament. परसों तो बाप रे, सब 70 के ऊपर बुढ़ाऊ, मेरे को डर ही लगता है कौन कब गिर जाएगा, इतना चिल्लाते रहते. अरे बाप रे बाप. For the sake of nation only they are doing. Egos play their role, selfishness that plays role. They are not yogis, they are not jignasu, they are not maha bhaktas or mumukshu. लेकिन ऐसा है तो वो तो हिमालय में जाएंगे. यहाँ क्यों जाएंगे? जनसंसदीय अरति इन गीता में बताया, डोंट बिकम एमपी. संसद में चले मत जाना. What we have to know all that. We have to respect them, value them, every one of them. Some of the things are really mind blowing there. Some singers, some instrumentalists, तो देखो ना, ऐसा कैसा, हमको तो उंगली हिलता ही नहीं, हमको दांत मांजने को हाथ में ब्रश नहीं रहता हमारा. बट दोज फेलोज प्लेइंग वेराइटी ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, है ना. 3 तरह के इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है. एक स्ट्रिंग वाले होते हैं, एक धन 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 मारने वाले होते हैं, एक मुंह से हवा फूंकते हुए. All instruments come only in these 3 categories. And in that hundreds of variety. They are also not ordinary. That is why from how many janmas they are doing tapasya, ever in this particular life, they reach to such great heights, name and fame and money and enjoyments. And it goes on for the next 30 years. Who are going to be the leaders in the world in these fields? Already they are born, they are growing. They are in different schools and colleges. Like these people who are now on the limelight were there in those small cradles or playgrounds 40, 50 years, 30 years back. चलता ही रहता है दुनिया. Nothing new, nothing is to be belittled, everything to be respected, enjoyed, and nothing ultimately is important. All that put together is maturity. So here with the Upadhyaya, all the Malla came. And who are they? Some names are given, the famous wrestling people, wrestlers of Kamsa's court. Chanuraha, first. This Chanura is from Andhra Pradesh. He is a Kamsa supporter, not Krishna. I always feel the Krishna river is in Andhra, Krishna district is Andhra, but they are more than bhaktas. They are only communist type Nastik only. And generally भक्त तो है ही, साउथ में भक्त होता भी है भक्ति, बट इन दिस पॉलिटिकल फील्ड वाला मतलबी लोग होते हैं. वोट्स के लिए भगवान को नमस्कार करने वाले हर दिल से नहीं, विचित्र लगता है. एनीवे, चाणूरः, देन मुष्टिकः, मुष्टिक से बलराम जी, चाणूर से कृष्ण भगवान लड़ेंगे. देन कूटः, अदर फेलो रेसलर. Shalaha, another fellow, Toshalaha. So these are main. Mushtika, Chanura, Kuta, Shala, Toshala. 5. Many others. Evacha, Te Aseduhu Upasthanam. They came to their own respective place of sitting. Valgu Vadya Praharshitaha. Praharshitaha means highly inspired, made excited. By Vadya, the variety of sound instruments. Valgu means the Jai Jaikara by the people. Huge that one. जय जयकार. Supporters तो होते हैं. And the human minds are different. Therefore, each mind likes a different type of person. Is it not? Like which sportsman I respect, like you may not do, and whom you do, I may not. In everything. It depends on my mind. हर बंदे को हर एक बंदा पसंद आए तो बाकी का कोई काम होता नहीं. इसलिए भगवान ऐसे मन बनाते हैं that everybody is given chance. And this Maya of the world is very funny. It's all uncertainty, inevitability. Just I was saying, as I told you, the auction yesterday, I was feeling so sad in me. Ki these girls of Indian cricket team, women, from such 8-10 years, so beautifully playing as one unit team now. Team so far, no, they have to be divided in different 5 franchises, and they have to make out or hit sixes of their own team. अब तो अलग अलग हो जाएंगे, तो दुख है. I was feeling very sad. The moment the auctions were done and this girl went to that team, that went immediately उनके चेहरे में the अलगपन, the उदासपन, दुख लगा मुझे तो. Itna, like, one family unit sharing dressing rooms and all, they were enjoying. Suddenly, you have to be in the opposite came. But then, in that only, there are 2 beauties. One is what? You cannot be attached only to one. Second is, the world is big. The game is big. Break all these shackles and frontiers, even of the nationalism, etc. Let the sport be respected. Therefore, though you are breaking up with your own teammates, breaking means separating, but the all other country people whom you are taking as opponents, so they will be in your team. And I was counting which team, which players have gone. What is the rivalry between them? What is the synergy in them? Who will do what? My own thinking, who will win tentatively or at least come to finals. चल जाता है ना पता, who are the teams, bowlers, batsmen, captains, कौन हो सकते हैं. कोई भी sport हो, I just give you the example of one sport. So then that also is a part of the total game. They also get a chance to come in. And I tell you some, ये जो आज सारे पॉलिटिकल फील्ड का हो, मेडिकल फील्ड हो, सोशल सर्विस, स्पोर्ट्स, ऐसे चीज होते हैं ना जिनको आप बहुत एक्सपेक्ट करते हो, वो वहां कुछ आगे होते ही नहीं, और जिनका आपको उम्मीद भी नहीं होता, सडनली दे कम. That is what is the meaning of when our punya phala gets fructified, we get a chance. So when we see na, in all angles we have to observe it. In politics also, you can see the thumping majority will win, but you will see that he is only losing. Other fellow not expected, but out of some sympathy or anything, suddenly he wins with such a margin. Maya, a great heroes movie, you just think it will break the all records of box office. वो तो पूरा फेल होता है कि पता नहीं चलता सिनेमा कब आया कब गया. Other things they just take for some little money gaining or proposing a theme. That theme is liked by the people so much. Suddenly it selects the Grammy and all those elected for. Vichitra hai duniya mein. I'm seeing all that. And unexpected girls are sold for more money. The other ones who were with so much ummeed applied, unsold when she was telling, I was feeling so bad. Then it's all part of 5 teams only less number. It's all हर साल चलता रहता है. Anyway, our idea is what? Just comes also, organize all that. So what is happening now? It is not great or new. It is all going on from time eternal. Is the characters may change, but the things remain. So all these Shala, Toshala, Chanura, Mushtika, and all of them came when other swaras, so much sound कर रहे थे, तालियां बजा रहे थे. So Valguvaadya Praharshitaha Asedu Upastha. They all came. So all the Pauras, all the Janapadas, all the Brahmana Kshatriyadi were made to sit. Then Kamsa said, all these mantris sat there, Mandaladishwaras were sitting. Then the mayor players came. They were also welcomed with so much of sound. They also sat. Now finally, अपना गैंग का क्या हुआ? अपना मतलब जिनके साथ हम गए मथुरा, कौन? और गोकुल नंदवासी, Nanda Baba Wale. So, Nanda Gopadaya Gopaha. Nanda and Gopa Adi Gopas also. Bhojaraj Samauta, they were specially invited by the Bhojaraj. Raja Bhoj alag and Bhojaraj alag hai. Bhojaraj is Kamsa. Samauta, Nivedito Paina. Already whatever the gifts they brought, they have given it to Kamsa and etc. Ekasnin Vancha Vishan. For all of them, one particular gallery was given. That contingent. Like Egypt contingent when it came on 26 January, they were all given a separate place to sit. So all these were made to sit, they sat. In this way, it is Srimad Bhagavate Mahaprane, Paramsam Samitayam, Dashmaskandhe Purvardhe, Mallaranga Upavarnana Nama, Dvichatvarimsha Adhyaya. This is how the 42nd chapter. Those who chanted Lord Krishna killing this Kuvalaya-Apida elephant, today we will not see that story, tomorrow we will see. Somehow the mind went for all other descriptions. I don't know, mere aap mein nahi tha wo. Anyway, something we have seen, ki the world is dynamic, not a static inertia. Let us be also in that dynamic mode, internal and external, as much as possible to conquer tamaha. Then give direction to this Rajaguna in the direction of Sattva-guna. Then first be successful for your life. Then succeed in serving the world. Then ultimate success is in reaching the Lord. Even greater than that is becoming instrument in the hands of the Lord to get his work done or accomplished. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Bhagavat Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Suta Sharanam Mama. Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Brahma Kumara Sharanam Mama. Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama. Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrvatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhav Swarge Satyeja Kailase Vaikunte Nastyayam Rasah Atapibantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munchada Karishadar Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Om Samasta Srimad Bhagavata Bhyo Namaha Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Shastram Dvadasha Skandha. Friends, it's a blessings. It only we have to feel it so because it is the truth that we are able to be given every day an opportunity to be remembering the Lord with all His glories, so that by tuning to Him, allowing all the three miracles to happen. The miracle one, protection from all the odds. The miracle two, provision of all the comforts. The miracle three is divinizing ourselves and uniting with the Lord. So let us acknowledge that, recognize that opportunity, and be sufficiently matured and dignified enough to make use of those things. The most intelligent, dignified person is he who recognizes the opportunities provided for the high and true evolution called spirituality and makes best use of them silently, secretly, unassumed, non publicized, just within himself. We also, our life is still alive here. We are having Krupa of Guru Rishi Muni. We have sufficient time with us, energy with us. Every day we are getting chance for the Shastra, Dhenam, Shravanam, and engrossing in that, grasping every aspect of that, making best use of every one of them. We can really make our life glorious, beautiful, evolutionary. We can do it. For that only we are here. And for you and I, mind your business is the goal. Anything else, none of my business. I'm in this field. By being evolving spiritually and supporting the world in spiritual evolution with the power gained because spiritual sadhana, when I extend my wishes and prayers for the world for its redemption of dukkha and accomplishing of sukha. If I can do seated wherever I am, my contribution is good at this moment. Later on, let the Lord choose us and place wherever He wants. That will be there. जो उनको चाहिए तो उनको छोड़ दो, जो चाहे करेंगे. अब क्या है? Use this opportunity. Every of the shastras which we are studying throughout the day are really of the highest caliber, highest subtlety, and we at our own level trying to grasp it. है कि नहीं? In that river, water is so much, but a bird takes only 2 drops of water. In that fields, the grains are so much, but a bird again takes its beak only 2 grains. इतना ही ना? So too, the knowledge of Shastras is ocean-like, but our intellect is chammach-like. So chammach when goes to ocean, it will get only chammach size of water. Is it not? A little bigger, tunky type of intellect is that of Bhagavan Adi Shankara, who entered into the ocean of scriptural knowledge and brought that water टंकी. देखते ना पहले जमाने में जले नल के ज़्यादा होते थे नहीं, सो द पानी के टंकी 3 दिन में एक बार आता. होल आवर ओन पीपल लाइन में पहले तो लड़ते ही थे. वी हैव सीन ऑल दैट. पानी के लिए लड़कर प्लास्टिक वाले बाद में आए. उससे पहले तगड़े तगड़े वाले अदर वो मटके होते थे, चोट भी लगता था, खून भी आता था. देर आफ्टर थोड़ा मेच्योरिटी हुआ, then standing in the line, and when the water tanki comes, then we take it. It was all. So Adi Shankara Bhagavan is like a water tanki. He took maximum knowledge or whatever capacity he has and went all over the world and सबको वो साधना वाला प्यास को उन्होंने उस ज्ञान रूपी पानी जो समुद्र रूपी शास्त्रों से टंकी रूपी अपने इंटेलेक्ट से लिया, उन्होंने बांटा. Good example in comparison, na? Because everybody cannot go to the ocean water reservoir or source. Everybody cannot go deep into the Shastra and study. Only Bhagavan, Shankara, Gurudev type people, they can bring that to us in our language. So we try that much. That's all. इतना तो हम करें, वही हमारा जन्म का धन्य है. Let us be in that mood. Now, as I was saying every day, please believe I'm not exaggerating. These last 12 slokas of this third chapter are the most valuable ones. Though simple, but remember, all the highest remains in simple only. You know, the entire power of the world, is it not in a small atom? Atoms together only, molecules together only, the items together only, the whole world. छोटे दिखने वाले चीज में सब कुछ होता है. ए स्मॉल सीड ऑफ दैट वटवृक्ष, यू नो, इतना ही होता है. श्यामा का बोलते हैं उसको, इतना ही. लेसर स्मॉलर देन राई. राई भी बड़े छोटे राई होते हैं, सफेद वाले, काले वाले, छोटा काले वाला. इवन तिल को मानो, तिल जैसा ही होता है उसका साइज. But then when it is sown at right place, exposed to the required conditions, what a huge, gigantic people family tree it is. Same way, this portion, what it contains is simple thoughts. But in the simple thought only, everything to be achieved by us is hidden. And what we have to achieve is total elimination of Kali with all its doshas and total presence of arrival of the Satya Yuga with all its gunas inside us, even though we are in Kali Yuga outside. For that, what to do? That is the topic is being developed by SHUKADEVJI as his parting teachings to Parikshit Maharaj as well as to all of us as the essence of what has been taught so far in the entire 17,000 shlokas as well as in all other Purana Itihasa. Very, very powerful, though simple, are these instructions. And he is putting it also in such a high level intellect, you know. तो आप खोजते जाओ, उसमें से आपको इतने अंतरार्थ निकलते. And you are seeing it from last 3 days. One shloka only we are analyzing from so many angles and finding newer and newer meanings hidden in them. है ना? कल परसों देखा आपने? That shloka number 43. How wonderful. So once again, let us chant from the 43rd up to 52. Let us do 1 or 2 or 3 slokas today. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuranam. Dvadash Skandha Abhasasya Tirodasya Yadasya Sa Ashreha Param Brahma Paramatmeti Shabdhyate. Om Atha Tutiyodhyaya Shri Shuka Kalau Narajan Jagatam Param Gurum त्रिलोकनाथानतपादपङ्कजं प्रायेण मर्त्या भगवन्तमच्युतं यक्ष्यन्ति पाषण्डविभिन्नचेतसः यन्नामधेयं म्रियमाण आतुरः पतन् स्खलन् वा विवशो गृणन् पुमान् विमुक्तकर्मार्गळ उत्तमां गतिं प्राप्नोति यक्ष्यन्ति न तं कलौ जनाः पुंसां कलिकृतान् दोषान् द्रव्यदेशात्मसम्भवान् सर्वान् हरति चित्तस्थः भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः श्रुतः संकीर्तितोऽध्यातः पूजितश्चादृतोऽपि वा नृणान् धनोति भगवान् हृत्स्थो जन्मायुताशुभं यथा हेम्निस्थितो वह्निः दुर्वर्णं हन्ति धातुजम् एवमात्मगतो विष्णुः योगिनाम् अशुभाशयं विद्यातपः प्राणनिरोधमैत्री तीर्थाभिषेक व्रतदानजप्यैः न अत्यन्तशुद्धिं लभतेऽन्तरात्मा यथा हृदि स्थे भगवत्यनन्ते तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदि स्थं कुरु केशवं म्रियमाणो हि अवहितः ततो यासि परां गतिं म्रियमाणैरभिध्येयः भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः आत्मभावं नयत्यङ्ग सर्वात्मा सर्वसंभवः कलेर्दोषनिधे राजन् अस्ति ह्येको महान् गुणः कीर्तनाद् एव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परं व्रजेत् कृते यत् ध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजतो मखैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तत् हरिकीर्तनात्. इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां 12 स्कन्धे तृतीयोऽध्यायः। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Salutations to Bhagavan Krishna, to all the Bhagavatacharyas, Gurus, begging them, requesting them to bless us with such intellectual capacities to at least understand a percentage at least of this great, grand, glorious Purana Bhagavata, which is the Veda Samhita, all that. Sara of the Veda, etc. are there in these Puranas also. Unless their Kripa comes, nothing of our Manabuddhi work to understand them. In fact, without the Kripa of them, we don't even dare to come to the class. उतना करेज हिम्मत मन बुद्धि का इच्छा नहीं होगा, है ना। उस माया को, मन को हमें इस क्लास से दूर ले जाके लुढ़काने में कितना टाइम लगता है. One thought, I don't like this Swami. Enough for you to miss all the 5,000 classes which I spoke. One Maya is enough. Is it not? Or 4,000 or whatever. One thing, bas, I'm bored of this Bhagavatam. Many times I heard. Enough. That one Maya is enough to take you away. And what we are, though studying Bhagavata again, how many things we are seeing, how much joy we are gaining from every of the episode, especially see the Dashama Skandha. So to this one. But one Maya is enough. And you and I are somehow managing to come. Is definitely not at all our efforts. We deserve it, but not our efforts. It is the grace continuous of Bhagavan and Guru only. मैं तो 100% देखता हूँ. Oh, बाप रे बाप रे बाप. So saluting to them, let us to see some shloka of this third chapter of 12th skandha. What is 12th skandha? Ashraya. And what is it? The essence of what is studied in the 11th skandhas. What is the Ashraya? To recognize that inevitably the Lord is Ashraya for everyone, including us. We should take Ashraya again of the Lord only, first for the Bhakti, then for the Mukti, then only for the Mukti. What I want? Mukti. Who gives me? The Lord only. Therefore, I worship Him, I follow what He says to me through Shastra and Guru, and I reach to Him called as Mukti from being separate from Him as a Jiva. That recognition is Ashrayatva. And every time the Karana is the Ashraya for the Karya. And all the Karya finds its fulfillment only when it goes back to its own Karana, the Ashraya. So to we all are Jiva. In fact, by being Jiva, trying to eke out Sukha Ananda, we are getting the unwanted Dukkha also so much. One and only notion, delusion, or misunderstanding we have to give up. That when we go back to our own Karana Tattva, the Karya Sthai mein, whatever the dukkhas are there, all of them will be not even a 0% there. And because it is a Karana, all Ananda is in it only. Our problem is what? If I go back to my own self, I may not have the joys of this world. You will be so blissful there. What to talk about joy? Not only that, all the karya sthai limitations, persecutions will never be there. For the water, is there any fear of birth, growth, fighting with other waves and dying? But for every wave, there is. There's a fear from the other waves. There is liking to other waves, the disliking. There is a fear of death, growth, all that. To the water, no problem. So too, the self enemy, neither it never becomes smaller, bigger, nor anybody is there other than to trouble it. So as a self, we are liberated from all the persecutions along with experiencing the infinitude. But being not self as Jiva with Upadhi, how small we are. पूरे ब्रह्मांड को अपने में समाने वाला परब्रह्म तत्व को छोड़कर ये 5.25 फुट शरीर में, 1.5 दिमाग में, थोड़ा सा मन में, लिटिल प्राण शक्ति में दम घुटकर हम मर रहे है ना. टर्की अर्थक्वेक पीपल जो गमले उसके अंदर है ना, लाइफ दैट इज आवर लाइफ. नॉट एबल टू कम आउट ओनली इन दैट रंबल्स और रबल्स. So beautiful are these topics. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Did we chant it? Hmm? No, let us chant. Kalau narajan jagatam param gurum. Chant कर लिया हमने. 43rd shloka. Through some question and answer, we'll see whether we have understood or not. First, question number 1. Which yuga we are in? Answer, Kali. Second question, in Kali, what are the Durgunas that are there? Answer, my own autobiography. What is the king of all Durgunas in Kali Yuga? Is not doing upasana of the Lord of any type and every type and all types. Therefore, question 4, is it that in Kali Yuga the people don't worship the Lord, or is it that because the people don't worship the Lord that the Kali Yuga comes? See that questioning? You have to see the answer within you. The right answer is what? Because we are not doing the worship of Lord, therefore the Kali is entering. Obviously, therefore, answer another question 5. How then get rid of the Kali? Only by worshipping Lord. And why we have to worship the Lord? How we have to worship the Lord? Why we have to worship is because He is so glorious. And how we have to worship the Lord? Keeping those glories in the mind and doing whatever He says as an offering to Him is the way of worshipping Him. That much we do. All the Kali doshas, born from the ignorance, followed by the arrogance, followed by the delusion, followed by the identity with Upadhi, then taking other Upadhis other than us, and looking at the world with all the Ragadvesha Shatrumitra, entire this drama of Bevakufi, Murkhata, Samsara, then all the Kali doshas which are mentioned in such big number, they just get wiped off. See? A negative example, one tsunami comes up, all these shore में जो है सारे पट्टनों को सबको डुबा दे. So to one tsunami of devotion, enough to consume all the Kali Durgunas which are there in us. Yeah, one by one. Then what is the glory of the Lord? One by one. 3 or 4 things are told to us. First, Jagatam Param Guru. And this is very deep topic. Remember, when Krishna's idol is there in front of us, when Krishna's chitra is there, when the Krishna Nama is there. I gave you yesterday the example of President of India, if you remember it. If you remember a face of a person when President of India is said, then you have understood nothing. But the moment President is said, if you understand all these things, you have understood President. You know, he is the first citizen of the nation. He is the ruler of 140 crores. He is the leader of all the 3 staff of army. He is the one, only when he signs, every bill in the parliament is passed and everything in the country is done. मृत्यु दंड को रिहा करना, किसी को मृत्यु दंड देना, like that much power is there in president. See how many, I gave you only 10 or 12 things. Many more are there in the power of president name. In the same way, Krishna and Rama means not Krishna and Rama. Our devotion is not reaching to highest levels because for us Krishna and Rama is only Rupa and Nama. At the most little story that is only superficial, not even understanding that through that story Bhagavan is depicting all his infinite powers, karunas, kripas and all. उन सबको जानो तो आपने कृष्ण या राम को जाना. If you know that, definitely the devotion will come. Like I give another example, mother or father. If this literal word is taken mother and father, you will see only picture, a figure or physical personality. But if you are matured, mother and father means what? Those who have given birth to me, who have taken care of me from childhood, who have offered everything of theirs for my comfort. If at all there is a God to be seen, it is mother only or father only. If this knowledge is there, the moment the word mother is uttered, you will be overpowered with that gratitude and surrender or reverence. Same way, Bharata Mata. If you say India and immediately remember only the Indian globe or the map or the geology of the India, or sorry, physical expression of the frontiers of the Indian country contour, and then you have not understood anything. Bharata Mata means, all those glorious things. The Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara, Sanatana Dharma Parampara, Shastra Parampara, Avataras, the Dharma, the Moksha, ये सब जानो उसका अर्थ है भारत माता. If you know that, then you develop the devotion to the nation. If you only see it as a part of the globe, then you will not have any special respect for the nation. In the same way, brother, what brother? He is born along with you for the same parents. He gave so much love, company right from childhood, helped. वो भाव है तो 2 4 3 के पैसों के लिए भाई के साथ कोर्ट में केस थोड़ी डालते. In the same way here, Bhagavan, Krishna or Rama means what? Jagatam Param Gurum. Jagatam for the entire world. Param means supreme. Guru means the ruler, Shasaka. In that everything comes. He is a Srushti Karaka at the time of Srushti. Laya Karaka at the time Laya. Sthiti Karaka at the time of Sthiti. And at the time of Sthiti, he is the Dharma Samstapaka through Dushta Shikshana, Shishta Rakshana and Dharma Rakshana. All of that is called Jagatam Param Guru. Now when you know the Lord to be so great, will you not worship Him? But we don't know His glory. Therefore it is gone from our mind. We don't worship Him. And yesterday, 20 minutes we spoke on this topic. There are only 2 things. Hold the Bhagavan, Maya Rupi Kali goes away. Drop the Bhagavan, the Maya Rupi Kali catches. You cannot directly fight with Kali. Neither to defeat it nor to welcome it. छोड़ो भगवान को, खुद अपने आप आए. Like leave the class, the Kali will enter you. You need to do anything else. Just right now try करो, बाहर जाओ class से. अभी एक बार एक चक्कर लगा के आ जाना. The moment you go to kitchen, all the wonderful food wife or husband is making, all that. The moment you are in that, oh, very good. And she's shouting, go and sit in the class. What class? I mean, it's very boring. And you come to the class, Kali is gone. Oh, spashta it is. That we discussed yesterday, day before. I'm just reminding. See, salient things which we forget. That's unfortunateness in our buddhi, which is lost in its capacity of remembering good things, because the buddhi chip is filled with all the nonsense. That is what even the Upanishad Kala only it is said, Medaya Bedaha. O Lord, protect me from my own unwanted excitement regarding the Laukika Prajna, that it is filling in the heart so much that I am not having time to remember you deeply. You saw the example in Bhagavata class just now. Mallanam and all that. Anyway, I'll not go into those details. So, Jagatam Param Gurum. Okay, see the whole topic. We started with what today? Which yuga we are? Kali. What are the Durgunas of the Kali? Our own autobiography. What is the king of all Durgunas of Kali? Not worshipping the Lord. Therefore, in the Kali we don't worship Lord, or because we don't worship the Lord, the Kali comes, the second one. Therefore, how to get rid of Kali? The worship of the Lord. Then why should we worship the Lord and how we should? For that why, the answer is because He is Jagatam Param Guru. First explanation. Second is Trilokanatha Anata Pada Pankajam. That we detailedly explained by giving you the example of the Venkateshwara Suprabhatam, etc. That Narayana, Bhagavan, Krishna, Rama are those Vishnu Avatara who have that Devata, whom all the lords, leaders of all the 3 lokas go and worship him, because of which alone they get the power, they get the position, they get the permission to do whatever. And they get rewards and promotions if they do what is said, and they are again demoted and punished if they don't do what Narayana says. That is called as Triloka Natha Anata Pankajam, Pada Pankajam. How wonderful is it? If this thing goes deep into our heart, why will not we become? बोथ वेज, तीनों लोगों के नाथ उनको प्रणाम करते हैं, तो इतने महान है, इसे मैं भी करूं, और मैं भी उनका पाद पंकज का प्रणाम करूं, तो भगवान विल टेक मी आउट ऑफ दिस यूजलेस स्मॉल लिटिल आइडेंटिटी एंड विल गिव मी द त्रिलोकनाथ पद. एंड ऑब्वियसली द मोर बिगर यू आर इन पावर एंड पोजिशन, along with the responsibility, the respect, the joy, the facilities, they also grow, no? Okay, अच्छा है कि नहीं? Wonderful. That way we have to see it. Third one, Bhagavantam. That word is so powerful. Fourth is Achyutam. This word na Bhagavantam Achyutam. The Lord who never perishes in his existence, in his powers, in his promises, in his planning of how to play this Leela of the world. ऐसे भगवान का आप पूजा नहीं करते हो, इसलिए कली आया. तो ऐसे भगवान का ऐसे भावना से कुछ भी करो वो पूजा हो जाता है. भावना शुड बी दिस. With this bhavana of knowing the Lord to be this, whether you do japa, whether you do nama sankirtanam, whether you do bhajanam, whether you do the kirtanam, whether you do the puja upasana, whether you do listen the katha, study katha, tell the katha, or do the chintanam of him, कुछ भी करो उसके बाद वो सब साधनाएं हो जाती. The more we are involved in these things, obviously, with the chance for the Kali to enter into us. देखो. Now, bigger question than all these questions is this one. Ki, though we are born in Sanatana Dharma, Bharata Varsha, how come we have become so useless? Not remembering the Lord who is the giver of moksha and thus giving chance for the Kali to enter? Only one thing. What is that? Pashanda vibhinna chetasaha. Pashanda vibhinna chetasaha. You know, the example and the point is same for this. Okay? You know, some of the Westerners we allowed it to India and they brought all the Pashandata. Some Indians went to West too and brought their Pashandata from there. We have imported the Pashandata by bringing the people here or by ourselves going and getting. In the same way, from within the mind we created Pashandata. From the outer source into the mind we allowed the Pashandata to enter. Because of that, the Chitta, which is supposed to always do the Chintana of the Achyuta, in that the Shraddha, the crack came. The interest gone away. That's called Vibhinna. Chitta mein jo Nishchaya Purvaka, tomorrow we'll study all that in our Vijnanamaya Kosha. We'll see how much Lord reveals to us the knowledge. आजकल तो हम तो क्लास नहीं करते बाबा. गुरु भगवान जो कहलवाते हैं उस दिन. Because not easy to do all 5, 6 classes. Each one of them sublime than the other. So let him take care. So he will speak whatever is required. So our chitta, from here, the mana, buddhi, ahankara come. When it is filled with the divinity, in the mana, the sankalpa, vikalpa will be of Bhagavan. In the buddhi, the nischaya will be Bhagavan. The aham does only the Bhagavad Sambandhi karma. बट दिस पाखंडता ना देखते देखते हमारे चित्त में भर गया. देयरफॉर चित्त में जो भगवत संबंधी होना चाहिए वो विभेदित हो गया. सो पाखंड विभिन्न चेतसा. Either our intellects are broken in the faith for the God, or faith is not there, intellects are filled with pakhandata. Pakhandata is bhautikavad, nastikavad, bhogavad, and then that dehadi aham, that vada. Pakhanda vinna chetasa. That pakhandata comes from the other pakhandis also, and one can be genius from oneself only, he can create it. So the wrong convictions, they are called. Other aspects I already told, how you have to protect your children when you send them outside for hostels. Give them all the initial inputs and seeds of that spirituality, culture, tradition, all. And keep on inquiring them. Tell them not to meet any pakhandis. beyond the minimum requirement. सारा हमने तो पिछले 6 दिन से हर दिन बात कर रहे हैं. And I remember what I spoke. Most of it. So in this sloka, are we not getting the required amount of information? And is not that information inspirational? And should it not be taken as commitment and practiced? Very clear. पाखंडियों को दूर रखो, भगवान के महिमा को जानो, ऐसे महिमान्वित भगवान का नित्य उपासना हर एक तरीके से करो. Ensure that from the heart the Kali is replaced by Satyayuga. Be on this mission with commitment. I am binding myself only for this work now. No other mission, no other vision, no other confusion, nothing doing. Then the Kali from our heart goes away. है ना? Before लोगों का उद्धार, let us do उद्धरेद आत्मनात्मान. Okay, this shloka is done. Now tomorrow I will not talk on this shloka. I'll take up the next one, which is equally powerful, which again needs 5-6 days to discuss. डरो मत, एक ही दिन हम करेंगे. यार, एक ही दिन 2-3 श्लोक भी हो सकते हैं. For example, देखो, I'm just giving you a hint, and you feel that everything understood. But when tomorrow it is explained, you know that lot more to understand. In continuation of this shloka, Shukadev says, that Lord you are not worshipping in Kaliyuga, whose glory is what is said. And when he is worshipped, what results come, that is said in this shloka. Like in Vishnu Sahasranam and all. That Lord, that Achyuta, that Bhagavan, that Lord whose Pada Pankajam is saluted by all the Trilokanathas, that Lord who is Jagatam Param Gurum, when we worship him, or not even worshipping detail, yet Namadheyam, सिर्फ उनका नाम लेने मात्र से, then मरने वाला, आतुरता में रहने वाला, पतन को पाने वाला, स्खलित होने वाला, even विवशता से भी लेता है, so he will be freed from all that problems and reaches to the Uttamagati. Of that Lord also, we are not remembering God. So, for all those who are already remembering the Lord, still why the effect is not coming? Because while remembering, you are not remembering with that such deep devotion. And why? Because the glory of the Lord and this power of the Lord, we are not remembering at the time of chanting. That is what I said. The moment I address the word president, entire respect, reverence should come. Is it not? I tell you funny things. And then presidents of oath taking ceremony and meeting all people. President means the topmost of the nation. As I told you, remember that 1-2 months back, जब भी हुआ था, कि all these minister, all of that. Now she's president, so you should do namaskar to her. Whoever. That is Indian culture. बड़ों को प्रणाम करना चाहिए था. मेरे मन में वो था. Then you heard it 15 days back. Somebody tried to do pranam to her. Then protocol bhang ho gaya karke that person whoever was punished. अब देखो क्या है देश के. Somebody out of respect did pranam to her. It is a security breach protocol. क्या क्या बोलते हैं मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आता. I only use the words. The meaning of that little clicks. That's it. Technically, I don't know dictionary meaning of any one of them. In one of the country states, when she went, people are doing pranam to her. करना चाहिए. I am a sannyasi, I should not do, but I don't do outside. But in the mind, I do because of, commanding whole one country is that jiva is highly evolved. Our drushti is not like the outer worldly people. ऐसा नहीं होता ना. हमको उस व्यक्ति किस पोजीशन में है. Even is an opposition party. If he is in the top post, to that topness we salute. With the topness, what nonsense he is doing, we talk against it, we just condemn it. That's how it is. So here also, we are taking name of Lord, but behind that, let us understand to which Lord we are doing. That pranam namaskar. See, another last doubt I will clarify today and move ahead. Lord is not our servant. That you ask immediately gives result. Is not that attitude ko chodo. Lord is Lord. He heard our case. And He is not the Lord only for us, but the entire universe. So all the permutation, combination, sab dekh kar, then He will give the result in course of time. Therefore, through prayer, we should surrender to God and His will, not command Him that you do whatever I ask. Otherwise, I'll dismiss you from the Lord's post too. I'll become Nastika. ऐसी बेवकूफ़ी नहीं करना चाहिए. That is the last doubt clarified. Rest tomorrow we'll see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vaishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. What a beautiful Shastras. एक एक श्लोक ही पूरा हमारा मन बुद्धि को सक्रम मार्ग में रखने का क्षमता रखता है. ओम भूर्भुवः प्राणाय पानाय व्यान ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मवेद ब्रह्माग्नो मध्य मध्यमस्तु नीराजनाथ पूर्वं शंकारेण सर्वान् देवतानुषिन् तंपुरा सागरोत्पन्नः. ओम नीलमेघ श्याम नित्य जगन मोहन बाल गोपाल वेणुगान कृष्ण वेदांत वेद कृष्ण नवद भक्त जनाधार परम दया वारदे मुक्ति संदाय गीतामृतदात परम योगीश कृष्ण पार्थ सारथि रूप सर्वमंगलम राम सर्वमंगलम सद्गुरु. ओम नतः नियमातमेन ओम नारायण विद्वास देवता मंगलम श्री कुरुक्षेत्र नक्षत्र पार्षद रूपाय गीताचार्याय मंगलम. ओम वीरवे गुरु ब्रह्मलोकादिशय. ओम श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेदव्यास शुकदेव सूतादि श्री भागवत महापुराण आचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. आज के आनंद की जय. थैंक यू गुरुदेवा. थैंक यू. For 2 minutes break, then Adhyatma Ramayana for some time.